somehow a web page can't open your microphone without you knowing, can it?
It can if you... well, my browser always asks me when I want the microphone to be open or not.
I think mine does too. I thought mine did.
Why? Did somebody try to listen in on you?
No, so I've been looking at light fixtures all this time, and look at this. All I've been getting is light fixtures. I asked you, oh, I'm going to need your Bosch. Now all of a sudden, every 2 pages there's a Bosch. Why? Is this thing fucking listening to me through the website? Through the web page? The browser opened up the microphone without notification? Or, wait, I'm logged into your account. Somebody's phone heard me say Bosch, and it went into your Amazon account, and now it's shoving Bosch in my face.
How would the phone have a ability to do this?
Your phone is probably listening to us right now. Amazon is listening through your phone.
I don't have Amazon installed on my phone.
Shit.
I use
So
Opera.
How the fuck did that show up?
I only shop on my phone using the web browser because I don't trust the Amazon app. What if
I'm not logged into your account on my phone. Only my account.
Let's test this theory. What can we possibly mention?
Greenies.
Greenies.
Mr. Clinton needs more greenies.
Mr. Clinton needs more greenies. Anel, what do you think of greenies?
What do you think of greenies?
Mars Pet Products? Adele, Mars Pet Products.
Let me scroll through Instagram, see if I get a fucking recommendation for greenies.
Mars Pet Products. Greenies. Greenies. Greenies.
Your
Yeah,
cat
so the
wants
greenies? Greenies?
Greenies.
David, what do you think of greenies?
It freshens your
A
cat's
greenie.
breath with greenies.
Greenies.
Clean your cat's teeth.
Clean your cat with greenies. Greenies. Let's see. Greenies. Wait, no, I'm going to do it on my machine too. Let's see. It couldn't be mine because I just plugged my mic in to start streaming and my computer doesn't have any other microphone. I was just about to fix a board, but apparently my computer is spying on Paul.
Here, see? There it is again.
Bosch? Oh, Bosch. That's boring.
No, not greenies yet.
Greenies?
No greenies.
Where's the greenies?
There's another box.
Greenies. Greenies. Greenies? A greenie? A greenie.
More and more Bosches showing up.
Why are there so many Bosches on the Amazon feed? And you're logged into my Amazon, right?
Another Bosch.
Yeah, but we only said Bosch once.
But I've been looking through this for a while, and I have not found...
What did you search for? What was the search term? Indirect linear light. Oh, yeah, well, Bosch measuring tool is definitely going to be up there with a...
Hey, Lewis. Where do you get the camera to adapt... microscope to camera adapter for your microscope?
I don't know.
Which one? This one?
This doesn't exist anymore.
This piece right here, the relay lens, you get it from eBay. I have a link somewhere on my eBay that if you need to send somebody a link, I have a link for that.
Yeah, it doesn't fit this microscope. Most of the new microscopes anyway. Mine, the one that I have, doesn't fit. So greenies.
Greenies.
Greenies? 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 Can you go to Amazon.com homepage? Because you're in the electronics section. It's not going to recommend greenies in electronics.
You don't think so?
No, it's not going to put greenies into it. Because you're searching through
I'm getting more and more of them, too. They're just taking over everything now.
laser measures.
I've been searching lights all day long, and that's all I ever get with these search terms is lights, and now all of a sudden I'm getting these.
I think you're being paranoid. That piece of shit refurbished MacBook from here would...
Why am I getting nail polish? Is that what greenies is?
That's probably
I'm
Erica.
getting plants!
That's probably Kopaz's brain.
What? Why isn't my search results showing up there?
Go to the homepage and see if there's greenies, Paul. If there's greenies, then we know that we need to bash your computer.
Apple's listening.
There's no greenies.
Everything but, actually. All right. Paul's just being paranoid. You're not being.
Hey, will this be compatible with this microscope?
I don't know.
Paul Daniels is recommending this adapter.
No.
No?
No, that's a flange adapter. This does not have that flange on it.
Okay,
Lewis,
so...
I'm getting donations.
Oh, I didn't turn my speaker on? Or it's just not showing up?
Who
Ah, here we go. A greenie. God damn it.
Who needs the microscope?
Stop giving your salary back,
Who needs
you
the
fucking...
microscope adapter?
Okay, I have to fix a board.
Facebook thing.
1, 2, 3. Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to be working on an 11-inch MacBook Air that appears to have liquid damage. Let's take...
Oh, Lewis
Imposter syndrome is a real thing, but realize that a small business like yours is the backbone of America. Thank you for all you do. Also, as an elf figured out that you hired the hit truck to have hit him.
That's not
Shh,
a regular.
he's right there.
It doesn't have this.
He's right there.
It has the a different dovetail on this one. It's actually exactly opposite.
He's never leaving.
This part here, the
Seriously, thank
fact
you
that
very much.
when
I
take this
appreciate
off,
it.
the
Thank you.
second
Thank you very much, Christopher
is
Kelly.
what you need to have here on the microscope instead. It's
So we're going to be looking at this 11-inch MacBook Air today. Let's open this thing up and see what it does. See if we can figure out why it's not working and get it to work again. Here we have the MacBook.
if you have the right microscope.
Did HiHi ever call Arrow and set up the account with them, says John DeComo. I don't know if HiHi ever called Arrow and set up the account with them. Let's ask him, John. Hey, NL, can you load a BB gun for me?
Yes, sir.
What are you gonna load it for?
Put it on safety.
All right. So.
Rambo?
Is that
Rambo.
When Paul come to Norway.
Rambo. Do Rambo.
Let's test. Safety is this one over here.
Human
Okay.
shield?
Let's see.
No, that will break.
Okay, so the
Broke through it already.
hey, hi, did you have a moment to call Arrow? Get any RAM chips for us? Ah, you seem to only be armed there with toy Nerf darts. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy.
What the?
He has the handgun.
You have a black sweater and a beanie. If police come here, you're getting shot first.
Not bring a drone. You're training for World War III. Body shield?
Are we doing this? I'm not shooting at him. I'm shooting right next to him.
Oh no, I'm hitting him.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Wait, how are you hitting him?
He has a thick ass coat. He doesn't feel it. No, that will break the screen.
No, this is a ThinkPad, though.
That will break the ThinkPad.
It's a ThinkPad.
No.
Can we at least put it on camera?
No, he
No.
doesn't have any more. No,
No.
that's a good. That's a good one.
At least no. We replaced Paul's monitor with that. And we
You
should
could
do
do the
this.
shipping monitor.
Steve's
Just
computer.
keep shooting the shipping monitor.
Keep shooting the shipping monitor.
Keep shooting the shipping monitor.
Why do we do this poor shipping monitor?
What?
You
Wait,
did
wait,
it.
wait,
Put it on camera.
Put it on camera. What are you-
Bring it in.
The test dummy.
Is somebody coddling their BBs?
Give anything good ammo?
Oh, yeah, you probably. You're out of ammo.
Oh, son of a bitch.
iMac glass? 1, 2.
No, that's good.
That's going to explode into millions of pieces.
It's not
Probably.
Gonna, it won't.
Here.
100%.
A 3330 board. Why won't it go through?
Stop in the hallway here.
Body shield.
It doesn't want to go through the Retina screen.
Really?
Yeah, try it. I kept shooting the same spot. Okay, I'm never. If I start playing with this, I'm never going to fix a board today. And HiHi's never going to edit the video. Then we're going to have 2 reasons to shoot him with a BB. So as you can see, this machine is covered in liquid. So I'm going to remove the board from this and see if this is savable.
Oh, he's stick that one in.
That went back here.
Wait, what you just hit?
Putting my goggles, my glasses back on.
Oh, you just broke another monitor. God
Oh, son of a bitch.
What'd you hit?
damn it.
What happened?
The ViewSonic.
The good one?
Yeah.
I killed the broken free monitor. You killed a ViewSonic. Is it dead or does it just have a mark on it? How do you know?
It's white. The whole screen's white.
Oh,
I was purposely aiming above it.
okay. Listen, we only were going to kill bad monitors here, but if it's okay for you to kill a perfectly good brand name ViewSonic, then that 30 hertz gotta go.
No, we have nothing this big.
Chad, do you want to see if a Seiki 30 hertz screen is bulletproof? Let's have a vote.
No, I do
This-
not want to spend time to change the monitor. I do not want to spend time taking that thing off the wall. That thing is on a
May not be sponsored by our friends in the Nerf.
That thing is on
You have a screen already. You have an Acer 1600 by 900 TN display.
It sucks. I hate that.
I bought that in 2011 for 80 bucks on eBay.
Put a whole
No,
jacket.
no, please, please, no, no, no. Please don't break it. Please don't break. Please,
Sweating.
please. I do not. That thing is on that wall like you wouldn't believe. I do not want to take that off that wall.
Okay, I get two.
Is it leveled onto the wall?
Kill it for
Someone said for $1.99, do it.
It's worth the
Let's see if I can make that.
Paul, do you need more? Do you need more protection?
Shit.
Do you want more protection?
Oh, no.
He's gonna keep going until he gets it.
I don't want to do fully automatic because that's not fair.
That's a good 1708 model.
I definitely got it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's a bulletproof screen. I know I hit it. I heard it hit that.
It's a Paul-proof screen.
Fine. I won't hit your Seiki.
58.
That sucks.
That monitor really had to die.
Work without two monitors.
You can work with that.
You have one under there. There's another one.
It doesn't have a stand. Somebody threw away the stand.
That monitor was from 2 failed companies ago. It had to go.
I physically can't work without two monitors. Now we're down 2 monitors. I accidentally break one, and so you break one.
Hi, goes to Best Buy.
Oh shit, go for it.
What? What are you about to do? Hello, NYPD. We have an armed robber shooting screens. I can still see the screensaver.
I'm not gonna be able to read a schematic on that.
Just have a seizure every time.
What did we tell Dan on Monday? back to work. That TN screen survived Rossmann Supply Group Inc. and yeah, that screen made it from 2 companies. GNR Tech and Rossmann Supply Group Inc. Here's for the LCD panel Paul fund for 40 rubles. Thank you. I don't know how Paul has this thing where he loves working with the shittiest of screens. That Seiki is 30 hertz, and it's not like LG 30 hertz if you're using HDMI 1.4 at 4K. It's like a good 1 second of lag in your mouse. It's what if you look at Seiki's website, they don't actually acknowledge anymore that that monitor is a screen that they sell. It's not even in their history of old products. They just kind of have conveniently forgotten about it. But that monitor is okay. But the one next to it, that thing, like, it burns my eyes when I look at it. The text on it looks like shit. It's 1600 by 900. If the viewing angle is off by even 10 degrees, it's 50% less viewable. And Paul likes both of those monitors. I wanted to get him another one, and he won't take it. He won't accept it. But I had to get revenge for shooting Dan's monitor. Paul Daddio said OMG. I can't help but feel this is Lewis's fault. Here is Enuma. Holy shit. Kelcomnet. That was not necessary, but thank you very much. Yeah, I was actually getting a bunch of monitors for the new place. One of the rules is that even if I'd rather have a used monitor that's decent than a new one that's a cheap piece of shit. So I got some LG 24-inch 4K IPS ones. I used toothpaste as flux in a room. My boy, can you please fix it? I read that toothpaste could be used as flux, but it made it 10 times worse. You know, Rockford Media, something tells me that you're trolling me. Something tells me that what you just said is not true. By the way, Paul, someone just donated you a new monitor.
New monitor?
Yes.
Where's it coming?
Someone just donated $140. Would you like a proper IPS screen that doesn't look like shit? Or do you want another Acer? You want another Acer, don't you?
Yeah. For my second monitor? Yeah, I want another piece of crap.
Why? It doesn't hurt your eyes, this like 1 second input lag, 30 hertz, shit viewing angle? Paul asked watches Taylor Swift on the big monitor. Stay calm.
Shake it off. Shake it off. Haters gonna hate.
No, I'm serious, as Rockford Media. No, you're not. You didn't use toothpaste as flux. I've seen your name here before, which means you've been a viewer before. I know you didn't use toothpaste as flux. That's a trolling question. I know you didn't do that. Paul, would you believe that one of my viewers used toothpaste as flux?
Not if you've seen them before.
I just, no. I don't believe that. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. This is really stuck into the casing. Yeah, sounds. I can't change that in Restream without logging into it. I have to figure out how to set it up so that mods can change that. Alright, so we have the board out of the case, and the first thing we're going to do is see if we get a green light on the charger.
exactly the same. He'll never notice the difference.
I already sent them a picture of. No, I was coming to work expecting a broken laptop. I mean,
So he'll come in and shoot it again.
before it's finished. I don't know what you can do about it.
Please ask Paul what part of the new location will be dedicated to Tesla service, please. Says Scott for $25.
The roof.
The roof.
You have to fly your Tesla into the roof.
Alright, looks like this is taking 30 milliamps and it's not giving us a green light. So the first power rail that has to be present for anything to work is typically PP3V42_G3 hot. Would you like a 1600 by 1200 monitor, Paul, as your secondary screen?
That would be better than what I just had.
Yeah, you had 1600 by 9. Let's see, so PPBest G3 hot is 8.18 volts, which is indicative of the SMC not turning on. Now, us having no green light in the charger is also indicative of the SMC chip not turning on. So at that point, I would be looking around the SMC itself for corrosion, and also the SMC reset chip to see if I see any corrosion. Now, I do see corrosion that's limited to this area over here. That's the PP3V42_G3 hot creator, I see. Input diode. It's not as bad as I thought. I can just kind of scrape a little and make that stuff go away. Should we put this happy kitty on the desk where Paul's monitor used to be? Also, I have to lower my stream bandwidth, apparently. My Time Warner has lowered itself to 2 megabit per second. Sorry about the quality decrease, but that's all Time Warner. Here, Paul.
A lucky kitty
Yeah.
next to my anime chick.
Yes.
It's like the perfect test board.
Alright, so we're going to open up a schematic for this 820-00164 board. Listen to my chair squeak like that. My chair is filled with OSB.
I'm gonna have to find that and fix it up. Like I did last time.
Well, I know lead-free solder, don't you get less tax? There's no correlation for repairing boards with leaded or lead-free solder and the amount of taxes you pay as a company. Alright, so what I want to find is the chip responsible for something called SMC reset. And that appears to be U5110. Why am I interested in SMC reset? I'm interested in SMC reset because that's going to be what tells the SMC to turn on and get to work. The fact I don't have a green light means my system management controller is not working because the SMC is what interfaces with the charger, and the SMC is also going to be the chip that tells the main charging IC to create 8.5 volts rather than 8.1 volts for the primary power route. So two of those functions are not working. Now if I look at my SMC reset chip area, you can see that there's corrosion on a couple of things. So that's but the stuff that's next to it. So let's see what that stuff is for. So we have an inductor that's supposed to be sending 3 volts to the SMC itself, and that's just... See, the thing is, I don't know how much of this is corrosion and how much of this is just nasty, sticky stuff. It's not as corroded as I thought. It's just that sticky stuff looks really bad. Okay, so now we're going to see if that chip is capable of producing SMC Reset L. SMC Reset L can be found right over here. That's going to be pin 5, I believe. Yeah, right here. That's the resistor that pulls up SMC Reset L from 3 using the PP3V42_G3 hotline. And when we take a look and we measure, you'll see that SMC Reset L is 0.1 volts. However, the resistor pulling it up is 3.4 volts. Now, 2 things could be pulling it down, because SMC Reset goes to 2 things. It could be being pulled down by the SMC. See, SMC Reset L goes to 2 things. It could be being pulled down by the SMC or the SMC Reset L chip itself. The JTAG could have corrosion on it, or my charging IC could have corrosion on it in that area, but I don't have any corrosion on my charging IC. I actually have a little bit of food over there. My JTAG looks fairly clean for a JTAG, even if, you know, it's a little bit of stickiness, but not enough to short that 3.42 volt line down to nothing. So it's my SMC Reset IC or my SMC. And obviously I'm going to pray that it's the SMC Reset IC 4 legs rather than the SMC itself 90-something balls. That would suck. So what I'm going to do is remove the SMC Reset chip and see if the SMC Reset L signal goes higher, because perhaps the chip is malfunctioning and keeping it pulled down when it's not supposed to be pulled down.
Tomorrow, please hold my CPE whole, please.
I won't touch your Siki.
I don't want to try to mount that other one tomorrow.
I'll be nice to your Siki. I know I hit it with at least 1 BB.
I think that one's not a naked LCD. I think there's a piece of glass in front of
When we get a new one, I want to shoot that.
it.
Or maybe I want to use it as one of the TVs in the front. It's fine for that.
Yeah.
1080p 60 it does. Those lights that you looked at look really nice, Paul. I like them.
They don't look nice in the front. They didn't make the space with them.
And just in case I have to reflow the SMC.
Are you in tomorrow?
Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I'll at least pick up the phone. Where are you going?
We're going to see Moulin Rouge.
I've never seen that before.
I'm staying at some hotel, some efficiency apartment hotel.
Efficiency apartment.
Yeah. She got upgraded. It's a really beautiful room.
Well, how far uptown?
49th Street.
Oh, yeah, that's still Midtown. How small is it going to be?
The room?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Efficiency. Look at that GoPro lens they're using to make the room look big.
No, this is her picture. This is from her iPhone. A panoramic from her iPhone. The whole kitchen and everything. I think this is a point. It's a free night for her.
You should get those upward shining lamps. They're much easier on the eyes. Yeah, Paul found one that's dimmable that is upwards and downward shining. It's pretty cool.
Then color temperature selectable.
You can also select your color temperature.
Expensive, but
It'll be the right thing for the space.
see you later.
See you later, Paul. Great videos, a little something for you. Thank you very much, Mr. Mark. Get some photo flash lamps for Paul with this. Also, Happy New Year. Thank you, Terrible Fire. Happy New Year to you as well. Are you in Australia at the moment? You're in Scotland. Is that where you're from? Because I don't remember where you were from. I just remember that you travel a lot for work. Okay, now we've removed the SMC Reset L chip. So it's either going to be the SMC that's causing us to not have a green light, or the SMC Reset L chip. Now remember, it's not going to turn on without the SMC Reset L chip, because you know that the SMC can't crash. You spend your time fixing boards because you've whittled down everything else worth doing and found it to be the best, if not only productive way of spending time. I fix boards because A, it's a way to make money. Usually I would focus on business development and everything else, which it's kind of difficult to do in pre-move. And also, you know, the more boards that get fixed, the more money goes into the moving fund. And I kind of am in a pinch where I just need as much money as soon as possible. So I'll spend more time fixing boards. The second reason I fix boards is because people like to watch it on YouTube. So I usually fix enough boards for YouTube when I am not in a money crunch. Or even on the other days, like, you know, over the... And like earlier in this year, I didn't need to fix boards, but I would fix a couple every day, and then I would spread that out for YouTube videos so that people would have something to watch, because I do want to keep the channel going. So as you can see over here, it looks like we still have no green light, and if I measure SMC Reset L, it's 0.3 volts, which means it's most likely being pulled down by the SMC or the JTAG. So this is a real Hail Mary here. This is a real Hail Mary. Real Hail Mary. JTAG. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. Because it's restream, the restream thingy within OBS doesn't allow me to change the title to just talking, or whatever, or IRL or whatever the hell it is. It requires I log in to Twitch, and logging in to Twitch requires getting a two-factor authentication code. Getting that means logging into my phone, which means finding my phone, and that's just, fortunately, more work than I'm willing to put in at this point in time, I'm afraid. Sorry. Okay. Where's the bulldozer tip? Alright, it was not the JTAG. It is a bad SMC. What do you do if not board repair? Good question. I'm not sure. Originally, he wanted to be a therapist. Okay, 3.4 volts is going to the SMC. So this board... Hey, look, SMC reset is high. What the hell? I thought SMC reset was low. Now it's 3.3? Really? How did we wrestle SMC reset L to be high? Oh, now you're 3.3. Okay, something is going on very strange here. So we have SMC reset L up. You know what? Let's... Any potential corrosion in this area, I'm just... attacking. Like a menace. Come on. Come on. Hi's here, by the way, if any of you want to bug him. It's the season of bug hi. All right, I get a light on the charger. Now we're going to put an SMC reset chip so that it actually turns on. Because remember, if the SMC tries to turn on when the voltage is PP342 is not stabilized yet, the SMC will crash. So you'll get a green light, but the system won't actually initiate. Now, if you wanted to buy an SMC reset L chip, if you let's say you were in the market for one of these, you wanted to make a MacBook Air work again after it has corrosion in the SMC reset L area, and you're kind of curious, where can I get an SN0903049? Where would you go? This video is brought to you by our sponsors at store.rossmangroup.com. Thank you for supporting our sponsors that help keep us in business. On store.rossmangroup.com, you can find chips, supplies, ultrasonics, flux, soldering stations, and more. With 4.9 stars on Shopper Approved, same-day shipping from New York City, and free continental shipping over $30, you can't lose. We even offer free support, unless you're a Please Bro, live chat, and are adding new products every day. If you buy today, we'll throw in a special offer that your order will actually go through properly. What are you waiting for? Go to store.rossmangroup.com to get yourself some authentic Amtech flux. Don't delay. Buy today. Linus, eat your heart out. I shill better. Alright. I have SMC Reset L job to do. I don't know how BlackBerry is NPR. Our relationship has been strained recently. Dota later, I'm afraid. Man, this sucks. Love the white noise of the hot air whilst working. I come for the sincerity. Considered articulate points of view. You got a career waiting and your original choice if you bail on repair. Yeah, once I get my own life together, I'll consider helping others with theirs. It was something I always felt strange about when I was thinking of pursuing the occupation of a therapist. Am I really fit to help other people until I can say without a shadow of a doubt that my own life is in order? Therapist also appears to be one of those jobs you can fail really badly and it's okay. I'm the one. Do-do-dood, do-do-dood, Do do do. Do 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 do. Mm, 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 mm. There we go. Fan just needed a little kick. And there we go. It's working. So we're having a couple of problems here. The first is that for some reason I still had a 1600 by 900 TN screen at my business that made text look so bad your eyes would bleed just reading small items on a schematic. We took care of that. Took a BB gun right to Paul's monitor. He took a BB gun to Dan's monitor, so I figured that's the payback. Payback. So, eye for an eye, as they say. But the next problem was that we had corrosion, but it was really interesting how the corrosion arranged itself. Lewis Rocksmith. Thank you, Mr. Pepperjack. Huh. Rossman Therapy Group. Stop giving me your goddamn salary back. Huh? So, this machine wasn't turning on, and it was giving us no green light on the charger, but it was also giving us 8.1 volts on PP-G3 hot rather than 8.5 volts. And as you know, if you've gone through many of my old videos, the system management controller is what speaks to the charging chip, which creates the PP-G3 hot rail, which is supposed to be 8.5 volts, not 8.1 volts. And it also speaks to the charger, which is what's going to allow it to have a green light and turn on. So the fact that two related circuits were both not working that are both controlled by one chip caused me to kind of look into what that chip was doing. And it's strange because the 3.42 volt rail is where all the corrosion was, yet the circuit that wasn't working was the SMC reset circuit, which had corrosion next to it, but the SMC reset circuit itself was actually clean. I can't tell you if it was the SMC reflow or the SMC reset chip that was exactly what was causing it. The SMC reset L voltage went up a little bit when I removed the SMC reset L chip. However, it didn't go up at all when I reflowed the SMC, and then after a secondary reflow it did. So I'm guessing there was just generalized corrosion in that area that needed to be addressed, which will be addressed in full once we ultrasonic the board with some Branson EC and distilled water at 60 Celsius and my Crest B1200 H45 sweet frequency cleaner, which is going to allow this machine to have every single little bit of corrosion out of there. But before we get every single piece of corrosion out in ultrasonic cleaner, I really prefer to clean up each one of these solder joints that looks messed up and also try to troubleshoot the circuit to the point where it actually still works even with dirt on the board. I don't want to just have a board no longer have dirt on it, but also be missing certain areas of the pads that we solder the chip to. I don't want the board to have capacitors on it look like crap. I want all that stuff to kind of be worked out, fixed, resoldered properly. Then we clean it so that once it's cleaned, I know that I haven't just kind of cleaned up. I know that I haven't cleaned up around a train wreck. I've fixed the train wreck entirely so that the tracks are proper, the train car is proper, everything's working, and then we clean up all the rest of the debris after that's done. So that's it for today, and as always, I hope that you learned something. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Cut. Cut. Love your channel. As of Monday, I no longer work from home due to a new job, so I don't get as much time to watch your stuff and actually have to do work. So since Paul S. has made your channel really great, I'm giving Paul Monitor Fund. I'll get him a real monitor. I'll just get him another Seiki. There's a part in an Eli the Computer Guy video that I really want to include when I make this edited for the main channel. And I'm going to try and find it. Where is it? I have to take this before he takes it down because he's been taking down a lot of them recently. What are your thoughts on coating a board with hydrophobic solution to reduce corrosion? Useless, because on a MacBook, if you get liquid in the trackpad, it'll short SMC reset L to ground, which means the computer doesn't work and you're right back where you started. But you're not actually, because you charge the customer money to hydrophobically coat their board. So they're going to say, you coated my board to make it liquid resistant, but it's still dead because of liquid. So not only are they going to be pissed, not only are they going to not want to pay for any repair to the machine that needs to be done as a result of other parts of it not working, but you're also going to have to refund them the liquid proofing of the board or be in a situation like where I am with my contractor right now, but on the defensive end of it, which I don't think is good. It would be nice if they did it from the factory, but offering it as a service after the fact, no.
Real estate, programming things, so he's sending programming classes. You know, a lot of stuff that he does is not my cup of tea. I don't really think I would sit down again, like I've sat down, I'd sit down and have a beer with Lewis. I'm not that interested in John.
Boring. Yeah, I'm not being with that. By and large, though, it's kind of a boring story. You know, again, I don't disrespect him at all. Some as, and I talked about him. Who is? I'll take your drugs. He has nips that can cut glass. Jealous of those nips. Let's cut that. I just want to go around all his tech YouTubers and be like, I'll take your drugs, and I'll take your nips, and I'll take your money. Anyways, it's probably bad. But anyways.
We're clipping that for the beginning of this video when I edit it. I need to clip that. Yes, 49 minutes and 10 seconds in. Thank you for the intro, Eli.
Board numbers are located for A1502, 2015 13 early.
That's an 820-4924. Lewis is not looking at chat. Is Lewis looking at chat? Is Lewis looking at chat? Is Lewis looking at chat? This is not looking at chat. This is looking at chat. If I'm looking at you, I can't hear you. If I'm listening to you, I can't I'm not looking at you. See how that works? Can I ask a question? Only if you don't preface the question with, can I ask a question? Louis, check my link above that I posted. Will Restream allow me to click links? I don't see a link above. Did you post it a really long time ago where it's going to take me forever to find? I don't see a link, I'm sorry. I looked, I scrolled. I never get to catch you live, second day in a row. Awesome. Yes.
Can your friend live without an SD card slot?
Why? Why no SD card slot?
Doesn't work.
I never get to catch you.
We replaced the board because of it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Can you please? I'd give him a discount. Here you go. Thank you very much, my friend.
Also, does this look right?
Okay, I just see a coconut battery thing. I don't get it, though.
These like solder pads right here where my thumb is.
What about... Yeah. What is that?
That's probably for the SD card.
That's probably... It looks green. Did it say that Paul tried to fix the SD card slot on that? Because if he did, then it's... Oh.
You're like, why am I troubleshooting a board we bought from eBay?
Yeah. Did the guy just refund us for the board from eBay?
I think so.
Did we send it back?
I don't know. I'll look at the notes.
Yeah, take a look. How much to replace iPad screen? Anywhere from $50 to $550. Because iPad can be any one of dozens of devices from 2011 to 2020. Where was I? I was downloading that Eli video. Here we go. WinX YouTube downloader. Had to say I respect the fact that you choose to be transparent on Patreon with the total amount. Why do so many YouTubers with thousands of patrons hide it? Oh, I can answer that question very easily because in the comment section they get torn apart for it. You piece of shit! I go to work every day and you just go to work every day and record it and edit it and explain everything and spend your own money to fly to fucking legislative events and practice your speeches ahead of time, and I do real work as a financial analyst where I look at spreadsheets for 10 minutes before robbing hardworking people blind, but you do nothing and you get $1,100. Ah! Well, the second reason is really, like, frankly, like, I honestly, the reason that my Patreon is public, it's not private, is because I literally didn't take the time when I set it up to even figure out how the fuck to make it private. I probably would have, because, like, at the end of the day, the amount of money that I have or the amount of money that I make, it's nobody's fucking business. Like, most of the people that say, why don't you make that public, are people that themselves, if you ask them, so how much money do you make per hour? How much do you have in your 401k? How much money do you have in the stock market? How much money do you have in your savings account? How much of your mortgage have you paid off? They would become really offended at those questions. If any of the people that said, how dare you not have this amount public, they would get really pissed off if I said, you know, how much you have in your 401k? Hey, so how far into your mortgage are you? Like, you have a 15-year or a 30-year? You know, so what do you make at your job? Does your job make you money? They would get, like, really, really pissed at it, typically. But yeah, the reason that I did not hide the amount that's there is because it's not because I'm some transparent great person. It's genuinely because I'm lazy and I just didn't care. I also get enough shit about so much other crap that I just don't care. So, does it worry you that scaffolding partially covers the new place has been up since 2017? It hurts walk-up visibility. That was part of how I was able to negotiate the place down to being $66 a square foot. So again, like, I can have a place be crappier the way it's built. Don't want that. I can have douchier landlords. Don't want that. I can have a much smaller space. Don't want that. Or I can have scaffolding up. And of all the things, I'll take it. Because we're going to put a display in the window that's very prominent, that makes it very easy to find the space. When you walk by, there's going to be LED lighting. There's going to be shit that attracts you. There's going to be screens with people fixing shit. It's going to be very, 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 very obvious that we're there. That's something I'm working on. How much do you still have invested in AGRX? Suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'll tell you something now. I feel better about it now than I did when I was at 40 cents. Let me tell you that much. But yeah, enough that I'm still salty about that. Fucking FDA. Fucking AdCom voted like 14-1 in favor of approval. You still didn't approve it. Fuck out of here. Fucking FDA. You'll approve Ortho Evra. You'll approve Zulane, but you won't fucking approve Twirla. Anyway. The other thing is, here's the other thing when it comes to transparency with money. So in the beginning, one of the there were several reasons I didn't turn on monetization. The first is because I thought with the amount of views that I have, the view count is so low that I don't want to piss people off to where they click off my video just for the ad. Because if I turned it on, I would maybe make, $10 a month. But what is $10 to $50 a month really worth to me in contrast to having a viewership? So I had the ads off. But a part of it was I figured I'm giving advice, giving business advice. I'm talking about my thoughts on what I think of Apple. And, I would like that to seem more pure. And I figured that it would seem more pure if I were not monetizing it. So, it's not like I'm giving you this opinion that Apple doesn't give a fuck about you, because when I did that video, it wasn't monetized. I'm not giving an opinion on how on Apple's practices or how they deal with ICE or anything else because I'm profiting from it. I'm giving you that opinion because it's my opinion and I stand behind it, and it's my I shouldn't say unbiased. It's my opinion that is not biased by money. And here's the thing that I realized. Like, my comment section was a complete and utter shitfest. Regardless, it was like, you fucking piece of shit. You're doing this for the money. You're doing this for the views. You're saying this for the money, you evil piece of crap. And I'm just thinking to myself, it's like, I make $0 off of this. I have a comment section that's filled with people that are just hate-filled, vitriolic sacks of shit that just want to bring somebody down that day. That's what they want to do. Like, how can I bring down the person on the other side of the screen so they're just as miserable as I am, so that I can laugh knowing I made them a little more miserable? If I'm gonna have that, why do I care whether or not they view ads? It was one of those things where it's like, if you're going to get accused of it anyway. So I've been getting that shit for years. You're doing videos on why you think Apple does things wrong because you want to make money off of them, you piece of shit. I had that before I had monetization. So if my Patreon says it makes $1,000 a month, or it says it makes $80,000 a month, I honestly don't care, because I've been, I don't know how to say it, like battle hardened, so to speak, to that entire thing of caring what other people say about that, because that's what people said when I was making $0 off of YouTube. That's what people are going to say regardless. It doesn't matter what I make off of this. It doesn't matter how I make my money. I make my money by people choosing to continue thinking that Apple is a good brand and buying their products. That's how I make my money. The more people buy Apple products, the more data recovery on them there's going to be, the more there's going to be to fix, the more liquid spills there's going to be, the more random failures there's going to be. I make my money when you choose to buy an Apple product. Every day on this YouTube channel for the past 7, probably 8 years, I've been telling you not to buy them. But people are so fucking beyond stupid. They can't process that. Anyway, rant over. Okay. I don't come across negative comments in your videos. I spend about 45 minutes a day filtering it. And the reason I do that is because I actually get a lot of really good comments on my videos, and a lot of people speak to each other and collaborate and have really interesting discussions. And I want my comment section to remain a place where people can have those discussions. But it can't remain a place where people have discussions where I get to meet with people that are interesting. Like, if you think about it, Anel, Camille, and Paul, I all met, all hired. Even this guy over here. We won't put him on camera. He just shirted himself. But I met 4 of my employees off YouTube. Would I have done? Would I have been able to do that if the comment section was a complete dumpster fire all the time? Maybe not. Maybe they would have thought, "Wow, this is this guy's audience." Well, screw that. Like, Paul was trained in electronics. Check your signal if you haven't already. I check my Discord. I messaged Erica on this. Oh. Shit. God damn it, signal didn't turn on. Oh, poor Erica. Where was I? I forget where I was. What can I get Erica on the way home? Anyway. I forgot my train of thought. Give me some ideas for what I can bring Erica tonight. She's not feeling very well. Just gonna touch up some of the joints on this. The FBI have this afternoon put out a report on crypto-locked hard drive viruses. Huh. Get Erica a new MacBook on the way home? No. A ThinkPad P50? Maybe. Another Oreo? Fuck no. A MacBook? No. Sprite? Sounds good. Spring rolls? Sounds good. Roses? Okay, we're getting there. Herpes? What the fuck? Which one of you said that my YouTube comments were good? Oh, not herpes. Okay, never mind. That's actually a good idea. But still, that's a that's not something I could bring home. I would have brought that home anyway. Are you implying that without specific advisement that I would have brought home herpes? Is that where you're going with this? What do you think I do on my Friday nights, you fucking viewers? You gotta... A plushie. Okay, that's a good idea. I just have to figure out where I can get a plushie in New York City on Saturday night. Okay, so where can I get Erica a cute plushie on Saturday night in New York City? Because I know that she likes plushies and they make her happy. Where are some places where I may be able to get a plushie on Saturday night in New York City? A drugstore? I don't think they have plushies at the drugstore. Stoop sale, maybe. Emotional warmth. That's something I don't have, unfortunately. Please try again. We think you do exactly that, fucking viewers, unsafely, hence the herpes. My rubbers are not like the Apple rubbers on the 2016 and 17 Touch Bar MacBook Pro. My rubbers are intensely secure, thank you very much. I'm bringing home no herpes. Ah, you fucks. Durian smoothie. We'll see. We'll see if she wants a durian smoothie. I don't know if I'll be able to ride my bike home smelling that though, the whole way. Ugh. Gross. Alright, so I'm gonna treat myself to a burrito. So, just cause you're an inspiration, says Alex E. Alright, I'm gonna fix a few boards, just a couple, and after that we're gonna head home. I actually have some things in mind that I can get Erica to cheer her up. And yeah, she's the best girlfriend I've ever had. She deserves the thought. I've dated so many people that were just complete and utter self-centered, selfish, narcissistic, aggravating, miserable people. I'm gonna make it a surprise. I gotta make sure she has a nice evening and forgets about feeling sick. So, let me just leave notes for this ticket. Find Anel's old fursuit and give it to Eric. No. I'm not going to find Anel's old fursuit and give it to Erica. It's probably filled with cum anyway. God knows. Only God knows what's in there. Do not buy her a box of 1,000 condoms. I found out the hard way. Hey, you're into quantity discounts. You'd make an excellent shipping manager for someone. All right, I'm going to order myself a burrito. Everyone, take a moment to hope that Erica feels better. I also have to record the intro for this other video since people have been suggesting that they have videos for them. It would intros would make it a little bit better. Hey everybody, so today we're going to be working on an Air that's got liquid damage that's not turning on. Now, some of the videos I think may be good prerequisites for this are videos where I go over the SMC not working, and also the one-wire circuit. What we're going to do here is try and figure out how you can pinpoint exactly the part of the machine that's not working by looking at multiple subsystems that are not working, and then figuring out what they have in common. So here we're going to have two different subsystems. The first is putting a green light in the charger, and the next is going to be the 8.5 volt rail called PP-Bus G3 Hot. Both of these systems are controlled by a single chip, which is turned on by another circuit. And the reason that we're not going to go after each of those circuits individually, but rather go after what they have in common, is because the most likely explanation is not that all these multiple things just randomly failed. It's going to be that the one thing that they all have in common is going to be what failed. So let's dig into this machine and see if we can make it work again. Okay? Intro recorded. You are all present for the part you're not supposed to be. I feel guilty that I run Linux and Intel hardware, and you will never have me as a customer. Oh. Someone with culture. Not all culture. If you're a fully cultured man, you'd have a Ryzen. But enough culture. Why aren't you using your intro animation? Probably because I lost it. That's probably why. Or I probably forgot about it. Do you not get your money back from the other day when you paid for food and did not turn up? I got my money back. Oh, I actually got a credit. Yeah, that's what Grubhub does to convince you to keep using them and keep fucking over the restaurants with the bullshit fees and all that. What they do is they give you credit. I'm going to use that credit. Let's get ourselves a burrito. What? Not available? No. 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 Cannot be available. No way. What? Rice or farro? What the fuck is farro? Spelled with an F and two R's instead of P-H-A-R-O-A-H. I'll try the farro. Let's see how that is. We want the super hot sauce. This place's hot sauce is pretty tame, though. How are you doing, Mr. Jacob Campbell? I don't remember banning you, and I don't remember unbanning you. Sounds like herbivore still. Yep. I have lost 21 pounds in the past few months. Happy with myself. Actually quite happy about that. Yeah, if you look back at some of the videos I did like 6 or 8 months ago and you just look at the face area, I was way too... Because the most I've ever weighed in my life for a very long time was up to about 165 to 167 pounds. And then several things happened all at once. So first I was taking trying a new medication to help me out with certain things that wound up... that claims that it adds to your weight. But that wasn't really that bad. And then I got a concussion, so I was more sedentary. But that wasn't really that bad. And then my building went on fire, and I got stressed out. But that wasn't really that bad. And then the CBC News piece came out. And that like quadrupled business, and then I had less time to work out. But that wasn't really that bad. And then I got a 103 fever that's lasted for about 2 or 3 weeks because I had never taken a break. And that was the end of it. Oh, yeah, and there was the quadricep tear, so I couldn't run anymore. But, yeah, I got back up and at it. So let me just get my... I'll take some chips and guacamole with this. So, yeah, I'm back to the 167 mark. We'll see if I can get back to the low 160s. Quite happy. I will be happy with myself if I get there. Holy fuck, you have a $10 delivery fee? What the fuck is wrong with you? Okay, we gotta change some shit here. No, that's not gonna work. Fuck you, restaurant. I know Grubhub's raping you, and I'm sorry that they're doing that to you, but fuck you, restaurant. You're not getting a fucking $10 delivery fee. Out of your goddamn mind. And that's not really mean to the customer. That's actually mean to the delivery person. Because if you see there's a $10 delivery fee for some small hole-in-the-wall kind of restaurant, you're going to take that out on the driver by not giving a tip. Or you're just not going to order from them at all. But still ordering food. I thought he repairs computers. Oh, go away. Do people go to your job and tell you that you're not allowed to take a lunch break? Okay. Yeah, we're going to record another video. Hey everybody, how's it going? So here we have... You make smarter responses to Freshdesk, Copaz, and you sound smarter and confident when speaking to customers. Use your brain. And stop giving me back your fucking salary. Alright, start this again. Hey everybody, how's it going? So here we have an A1466 MacBook Air that's not powering on. Let's open it up and see if we can figure out why it's not powering on, and see if we can fix it. What do you think of my Amazon squeaky chair? Still squeaks less than my floor. We've opened up the MacBook Air. What do we see inside the MacBook Air? Let's investigate. Let's see how many amps it takes off of the charger. 29 to 30. 29 to 30 to 50. Love the squeaky, it's just like mine. How's it going, Mr. Chris? Da, 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 da. Okay, there was a long screw in the short hole over there. I have a lot less confidence that this is going to be a good experience working on this machine, but let's see what we have. Shh. I'm hunting PM Sleep S4L. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, fuck you. Out of my store. Whoa. Okay. All half of the resistors underneath the CPU are corroded. A bunch of them are replaced, but they're replaced all janky-like. Then you've got jumpers already ran, but all the effort for that, and they left all those corroded resistors left in. It's like, oh, fuck no. Oh, no. Oh, you left the corroded Thunderbolt chip on. Oh, man. Wouldn't it be funny if I just remove this and this shit turns on? That would be hysterical. You know what? We're going to do that. Wouldn't this be hysterical if after all the janky-ass work that got done on this turns on again just because I remove a Thunderbolt chip that was corroded? Somebody put all that effort into this board. All that effort to do and this, really? And you leave this shit on there? My God. Yeah, this was clearly causing problems. You see this? See that? Pins are missing over here. All right. Give it a moment to cool off. Put it in the good old rapid cool technology. Some good old rapid cool technology. 3, 2, 1. Good enough. This board's... Nope. Still more to go. All right. What else did they miss? Alright, what else is here that shouldn't be here? See, usually I would be chasing a short circuit or an active short. That's the type of short that's only on when the machine is on. But I don't know if that's the reason that it's doing the quarter fan thing or if it's because of any of this fuckery over here. This is sloppy. Solder balls in the board. No, I don't think that's not going to catch it. It doesn't turn on long enough for a thermal pipette to catch it. So the thing is here, this may actually be fixable. It's going to take hours of replacing every single one of these little things and then hoping that they didn't miss or screw up something else. And that's just meh. And El's actually been really good at fixing all the boards that I gave up on. Kind of wondering how he'd be at fixing this one. You know what's really interesting is that the most burned chip part there is actually S4 Power Enable, which is attached to PM Sleep S4L. And that's not a high voltage section, so I wonder why it corroded so terribly. The most corroded part of this whole thing over here is, according to Paul Daniels' software, which, again, the board is wrong. There we go. Is the wrong way, is that's for S4 Power Enable, which is going to power the rest of my S4 rails. I'm kind of curious how it is that was the most corroded section, because that's very low amperage. It's just it's signaling, not main power. I wonder if that affected the rest of the machine. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Ah, be aggressive. Turn the iron on. Yeah, I want to get across the point that this is not there's a chance that this is a fixable board. It's just the thing is it's going to take a ridiculous amount of time, and there's also a likelihood that the things that I would usually not look at. I mean, there are things that I may not look at because I'll assume that chip is good, but I don't know. I'll assume if you replace this, you replaced it with the right value, but I don't know. It's this too much uncertainty when it comes to this type of stuff. So when I give up on something, I really want to make sure that people understand that I'm not saying it's not fixable by anyone. I'm simply saying that it's no longer commercially viable at the amount of money that I'm able to bill with regards to the rest of the jobs that I have in the queue. That sounds shitty, but what to do? Now it's not going up to 80 milliamps anymore. It's staying stuck at 30 and just static and not moving. You know, you get an option of board replacement. Board replacement for you. Okay. Don't do this before you send the machine here. Okay, let's find the ticket. Put it in the pocket. It's not in the pocket, it's under the cup. Not under the cup, it's in the pocket. It's in the pocket. It's in the pocket, it's under the cup. Under the cup, it's in the pocket. Works? SD card?
Probably not. Well, you can't see it because it's booting through the OS.
No. I have password.
Password?
I has password. Thank you. 2938. Okay, slot L. You don't even deserve a slot. Dun 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 da 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 da. Du-du-du-du-du. Du-du-du-du-du. Where's my burrito? Burrito. Du-du-du-du. This this board made me cry. This guy replaced like 30 different resistors, ran wires, and he just left a totally corroded Thunderbolt chip sitting right there.
Does it turn on?
Of course it doesn't turn on. I mute? Thank you. No SD. Oh well.
It failed to initialize thing.
Have you seen the Logi Ergo? Love that M570. What's that mean? Do you know what that means? I don't know what that means. That's Greek to me. Mm. Will it open applications?
iTunes.
The trackball lull. What apps? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna give that. I'll give that back. Just put it on top of the thing.
That's to steal his heatsink and speakers.
I chose the worst Aaron. Okay, I gotta find another machine to work on. Actually, before I find another machine to work on, we have some more important matters to attend to here. Overpriced burrito. Don't ask. It'll make me sick. But we has burrito. After this, we'll get another board. Thank you. Lower the microphone. Not as good as Lucha Lucha's hot sauce was, but I'm never going to eat a burrito that tastes as good as a Lucha Lucha one ever again. I'll read some news while I'm waiting for the eat my burrito. Shoot it with a BB gun. Actually, Walshy, watch my stuff. Yeah.
Have a good night.
All right, David. Thanks for everything. What would you suggest for an independent repair guy with the know-how but no certification or credentials? Find customers. Find customers. Doesn't matter if you're doing it out of your apartment or in a park or whatever like I used to. Find customers. Figure out what the people in your area suck at doing. What I would do is even something you want to do, what you could do, pretend to be a customer. Actually call around other places. Where do they fall short? Where are they bad? What are they not good at doing? And then do whatever it is everybody in your area sucks at doing. Dark Cypher, that means Paul is doing his job. I'm going to give him a bonus. I like the... Paul's job is to ward away all non-customers with his marine stare of death. He gives Kopaz the same stare when he comes by. Good night. Thanks for everything. Very sense, warrior. That's why you need people that have decisive looks. Are you ready for World War III? I don't know, but I... The start of this is interesting. You have one general kill another general. I do wonder what the world would have been like if every war were like this. Like one politician has a problem with another politician, one country's general has a problem with another country's general, so the politicians just kill each other. Can you imagine if you had, let's say, George Bush and Saddam Hussein in a room doing celebrity boxing rather than tens of thousands of people getting killed over them? Yes.
I have to go pay that, so.
Oh. Oh.
We could. What, are you muted? Is there anyone... What would you recommend as a replacement for a 2018 MacBook? ThinkPad.
I asked about the Logi Ergo, but he didn't even know the model of his trackball. I don't know what this means. Good night, Lewis. Thank you, Mr. Chris. And
Hey, what's good?
mute?
Yeah. You don't have to pay that. Right.
You can read his lips. No, you can't. Nope. I called that bluff so many times in the past. Like the lip readings I were getting in chat were absolute, complete, utter shit. What is a please, bro? We actually defined it on Urban Dictionary, so for those of you who are unaware, you can look it up and find out what a please, bro is yourself. Please, bro. He was saying how great chat is. Who was? Not me. Something self-leveling herpes. Hey everybody, how's it going? So here we have an A1398 MacBook Pro that's not turning on. The A1398 is a 2012 through 2015 15-inch MacBook Pro Retina display. Let's open this up and see what's going on with this MacBook and see if we can make it work again. Look. Dirty MacBook. Ew. Disgusting. Who will win the 2020 election, Bernie Sanders or Donald Trump? Man, don't ask me for predictions. I originally predicted that the iPhone would not be... Like, who the hell's going to want a computer and a phone? You have to deal with crashing and all this, and it's $600. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that was some dumb shit right there. I did think that Trump was going to win the 2016 election. I made that prediction and when he was, what was it? It was when Megyn Kelly asked him about the terrible things he said, and he said that we don't have time for political correctness. I don't care. We make jokes. Blah blah blah. I like because the thing is, most people don't vote based on policy. They don't read and go, "This is how this tax policy affects me. This is how this trade policy affects me. This is how this foreign policy." Like most people don't. It's a popularity contest, and I realized that when he said that he won that popularity contest. Whether or not you like the guy or voted for him or think his policies are good, that's a whole nother minefield and clusterfuck, but nothing is done, there hasn't been anything that has given me like an idea that one person's going to win over another. But yeah, I got no idea, man. I can't predict shit. I'd lean towards him winning again, but I wouldn't count on it. like, if he would just stop saying stupid shit, I think he'd have a much better chance of winning. Because, like, you didn't have any real policy ideas. You essentially ran on destroying political correctness and saying and tweeting silly shit. But, like, if you could just keep it to silly stuff and not really dumb, awful shit, I think, you know, he kind of, he fucks himself more than anybody else does, really. Biden doesn't even know where he is. He's not winning. I think he's kind of everybody's default candidate. So when people go, who's running? Oh, Kamala Harris. Who's that? Amy Klobuchar. Oh, who's that? Andrew Yang. I think I saw him in a Joe Rogan title. Who else? Biden. Oh, yeah, Obama's guy. Biden. Yeah, I'll vote for it. Like, I think that he's getting name recognition early on, but once people actually start watching the debates and listening, they'll realize, oh, you know, Andrew Yang is awake and has a brain, and Joe Biden's sleeping, and oh, these other people have interesting ideas, and Biden doesn't really seem to have any at all. You know, so I think that when people say that he's going to win because he's ahead in the polls, I think that's just a name recognition thing. That's going to be out of there. Anyway, let's go back to fixing the board. See you later, hi. Thanks for everything. Because fixing the board is actually, this is something that actually affects me, and this is something that affects my customer and the lives of people around me. That stuff doesn't affect me jack shit. Really. My state has already voted in that regard, and there's really no, there's no point, you know, for me at least. Yeah, random dude. He doesn't really know when to turn it off. It's like there's funny, and then there's like that's dumb, and it's like, oh man, that's not cool. And he just like doesn't know when to shut up. Okay, so let's figure out what's wrong with this MacBook. Good old 24 milliamps. That's the good old missing PM sleep S4L numbers. We can see here that this gentleman is someone who saved up to get the 1 terabyte PCI Express SSD. These things are quite fast. Apple is including some good stuff with this machine when it comes to the storage. I mean, you may not like how proprietary it is, but this SSD is fast. Granted, the 2015 one fails more often than the 2013-14 one, but it's fast. But this one actually is the 2013-14 one. Yeah, this is an 820-3787. See? The number's right there. I know you can read that. My camera's good enough. So... uh-oh. Wrong screws and wrong holes already. Oh, no. Wrong screw, wrong hole. Oh, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You long screwed it. Yeah, lame. I was surprised seeing you check lighting stores and then say, I think I'll buy online. Well, I've always passed by those stores. I passed by them when I was riding my bike in that area, and it's really interesting. And I thought, you know, New York City is a ripoff, but maybe this won't be. And the reason I thought there was a chance it wouldn't be a total ripoff is because there's a bunch of stores in that very short block. It's like 5 or 7 lighting stores in one block. So I figured they would all work off each other and compete. But the reality is that every single one of them is selling this ridiculous shit. I don't know how the fuck they make any money. Especially in Chinatown. It's like Chinatown, I'm not saying this in a bad way, it's just Chinatown is not where I go when I'm thinking high-end luxury retail. Chinatown is where I'm going to get a deal. Like, I'm going to Chinatown to get a service that I probably couldn't get in another part of the city, or because there's a deal. You know, when you go to Canal Street, you're there for a deal. You're not there to pay, the whole point, you're not there to pay Macy's, Barney's, Aldo pricing. Lame. Keyboard thing is not in place either. Somebody ripped off the keyboard latch over there. So when I walk into the Chinatown store and I see this is a cute light, it's not the best thing in the world, but it's kind of cute, and I see it's $2,400 for the fucking LED light. It's just, get the fuck out of here with that shit. That's just no. Put this shit in some overpriced modern art rich people's auction museum where it belongs. No way the prices are fixed. They require hardcore negotiation. But why? That's the thing. If you were the only place to get it from, sure. But why? I'll just use the internet. I don't have to negotiate with the internet. I click a button and I get whatever it is you would allow me to negotiate that price down to. I will. Oh, you son of a bitch! You ripped the screw grommet off of the board. You long screw rapist. Oh man, why? Anyway. Why do I want to waste time haggling when I can just click a button, And this shit was crazy. $2,000 for a light. Holy shit. I may charge $200 to $400 for a board repair. There are other places online without the physical storefront that may be at the $150 to $250 level. Or as you save $50, maybe $100. But you're taking a light that's like $200 on the internet, and you want $2,400 for it. Fuck off. Because that's the thing that pisses me off the most, is that this is what's driving people to not like stores. And I'm a store. So, I don't want people looking online and going, well, Lewis, you want $275 for this, and this guy online wants $200. Oh, yeah, the guy online is doing it in his bedroom. He doesn't have a license or workman's comp insurance or any of this other shit. Like, I get that. That shit costs money. But that does not mean you get the charge. It's not like 10 times as much fucking money. Get out of here with that shit. Because people that do that are fueling the very consumers that tell me that I'm a ripoff. Or that you're fueling the consumers that are not going to trust me with the services I provide. Because they're going to think they're getting ripped off as a result of being in New York. And of course you're paying a New York tax when you come to Rossman Group. But you're going to pay some New York tax. But you're not paying a 1,000% New York tax. Okay. What did you do, dum-dum? Besides rip the screw holes off of the board. I see that there is minor corrosion looking stuff or food in the USB port, but that's not connected anymore. Don't get me wrong, it was a nice looking light at $2,400, but for $2,400 I expect the light to suck my dick or something. It's just, you can't charge that much money for a light fixture. Just go away. Has the right to repair battle been won yet? Nope. But the ball has been kicked down the road. I did hear from a little bird that apparently there was at one point a memo at Apple, and that they actually asked, like, is this what we're doing? Are we really designing stuff like this? And when it comes to the lack of repairability, and that I was cited in it, and the fact that my name came up at Apple in a memo that employees were writing to each other, like, I'm done, Did I win? No, but my work is done. I planted the seed, and that's really all I needed to do. All I needed to do was plant a seed, and I did. Okay, so this machine is taking 24 milliamps, and that's no good. You're not going to become an Apple engineer, Copass. You can't, because if you do, bad things will happen to you, Copass. Very bad things. Okay, so obviously PP-Bus G3 Hot's going to be here. That's typically the case when we're at 24 milliamps. But I'll double check. You know what? I made an assumption too soon. PP-Bus G3 Hot is at 3.7 volts. Oh. Okay, well, let's take a look at the chip that makes PP-Bus G3 Hot. Area looks fine. I don't see any blown looking resistors. Well, next first thing we're going to do is check our current sensing circuit. Oh yeah, and the guy said I have to special order that. Yeah, that was funny. When we asked the guy for the price, it took him a good 20 seconds to read it off the tag. And he goes, do you have a bulk price? Oh yeah, they're special order. But it's hanging in your store. $21 ohms here. .3 there. Current sensing circuit's doing its job. So the first thing that we have to figure out here is why is this board only making 3 volts for PP Bus G3 Hot? Do we have a short circuit on PP Bus G3 Hot? What happened to hello and welcome? I don't know. I'm working on the PP Bus right now. The PP Bus is too low. On the other side of the fuse, the PP Bus is also too low. Wait, you're at millivolts. What? Let's turn this to volts. What the hell am I doing? Okay. Yeah, 3.73. On the other side, 3.73. 3.73. 3.73. Now perhaps we have a short circuit of some type. Maybe we have a short. Let's see if there's a short circuit. 7.2 million ohms. That is not a short circuit. 8 million ohms. That's not a short circuit. Okay, so what we have to do now to figure out why PP Bus G3 Hot is missing. Could it just be that we had a spontaneous failure of the ISL6259 chip? And if that's the case, where can we go to get a replacement ISL6259 chip?
This video is brought to you by our sponsors at store.rossmangroup.com. Thank you for supporting our sponsors that help keep us in business. On store.rossmangroup.com, you can find chips, supplies, ultrasonics, flux, soldering stations, and more. With 4.9 stars on Shopper Approved, same-day shipping from New York City, and free continental shipping over $30, you can't lose. We even offer free support, unless you're a Please Bro, live chat, and are adding new products every day. If you buy today, we'll throw in a special offer that your order will actually go through properly. What are you waiting for? Go to store.rossmangroup.com to get yourself some authentic Amtech flux. Don't delay. Buy today.
Can you disconnect your Bluetooth turn off Bluetooth on that machine? Yeah, I can't connect to my stereo since that one's connected to the Bluetooth.
Oh, my phone?
No, is your phone or what's connected to this? It's either the have you ever connected to my stereo back here?
No.
Okay, so not your phone. It's Paul's. Yeah, it's Paul's computer. With professional shilling of that caliber, you should be on float plane. Meh. I'll be where I am.
Yeah, it was on.
Alright. Now I should have my hello, welcome back. Did you get time for the gym today? I made time for the gym the other day. I am now resting and I'll be revisiting tomorrow. If I root my Android and it bricks, I can't blame the manufacturer because I invalidated my warranty. Au contraire. You haven't done customer service for any of these manufacturers, now have you? If I send it to them because a sealed battery is dead and needs replacing, and they return it to me broken, they are liable for replacing my phone. Is that the same for you guys? Well, yes and no. So a big part of the problem is that a lot of what we work on is liquid damage. So for instance, someone may say my machine is randomly crashing. They show up and it's covered in cat pee. And then I open it and it's dead. Did I kill it by opening it? Or did cat pee meeting a computer make its natural course and kill your machine? Now, if that's the case, and let's say the customer doesn't want to pay to fix it, and I give it back to them and it's dead, they're going to go, that's not right. I want to get it back in the same condition I gave it to you. And it's like, yeah, you gave it to me with cat piss on it. You got it back with cat piss on it. We're done here. But that's not the way it winds up working out in reality a lot of the time. So, for some reason my machine does not want to pair to my damn Bluetooth thing here. Need that so I can get the sound. Kopaz, are you paired to my Bluetooth?
No.
One second. Alright, for some reason my computer does not want to pair with the Bluetooth speaker thing, so I'm not going to hear the hello welcome shit. So I'm going to try to read stuff as it comes across my screen, but if I miss it, please do let me know in chat. I cannot troubleshoot a dead board and my stupid audio setup here at the same time. Alright, back in here. Here's the ISL 6259. We're going to cover it with just a little bit of fresh Amtech flux. And now we're going to replace it. This is the chip responsible for creating the rail that's missing. We're just going to move it from the board like such, using our Quick 861DW. I'm sorry we don't have these in stock. I paid Quick for these about 3.5 weeks ago and they still haven't shipped yet. Very disappointing. Spent hundreds of thousands of dollars buying Quicks, and they've gotten slower and slower to reply to anything I send, and it's... Yeah, I got an email yesterday saying, we will give you tracking for this as soon as it ships shortly. Like, I paid you 3.5 weeks ago. Come on. Ugh. Maybe looking for a new vendor of hot air stations. Kind of curious, has anything come out that's worth reviewing? Because I do like checking out these new stations from other companies. And Quick is giving me a really good incentive to try out their competition at this point in time. They made some really nice hot air stations that crapped on that garbage interface that you get with the FR810, and it was more powerful than the FR810, which is really cool. But if it's this hard to get a hold of them, then times move on. And I'm kind of curious what else there is out there that may be worth giving a review, similar to the review I did of the HAKKO versus the Quick. Is there? I'm happy with all my equipment that I have, so I don't really stay up to date on what all the newest soldering equipment is or stuff. But if there's anything out there that may be a better deal, have some better features, may work better than the Quick, since I haven't really tried anything else in a few years, I would be happy to learn. And That wick never works for me. Must not be Gootwick. Paul Daniels is in the chat. By the way, everybody say hello to Paul Daniels. Paul Daniels works in the multimeter software that I use, as well as the board view software so that I can see what's going on any of these motherboards. He even has a commercial version of it. Cafe says, please forward Twitch chat's greetings to him. Word has it every now and then if Twitch asks for Paul Daniels enough that he'll appear in the Twitch chat. Doll Paniels. Paul Daniels. As you can see, we're taking 1.6 amps now, which means our PP-Bus G3 Hot is going to be working, because if PP-Bus G3 Hot were not 12.6 volts, we would not be getting the thing to turn on and all that good stuff. So if I were to turn the multimeter to voltage mode, that power rail that before was giving us 3 volts would now be giving us 12.56. Or, because this board appears to be drunk at the moment, 11.6. Just turn that off, turn that on again, double check. MacBook, you're drunk. Perhaps it's because the chip is still hot. So, we're not out of the woods yet, folks. The next thing I gotta do here is resolder on... Oh, God, actually. Yeah, there's no soldering that back on, is there? That's a good question, Test to Destruction, and the reason is that I have built up a name and a business here over the past 11.5 years, and if I move somewhere else, I'm starting from scratch in that area, and I don't, you know, maybe it's just insecurity. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I don't think that I would be able to start from scratch in a new place and get somewhere. That could be what it is. But the other big part of it is that, you know, take people like Steve. You know, Steve has family here. He set down roots here, and he has been working here for, you know, in 2 months it'll be 7 years. 7 years, and you know he's the senior employee here, management, and to tell him, you know, your reward for being here for 7 years, we can do 2 things. I can promote you a higher level, give you more profit incentives to learn things like data recovery, which he took on himself, by the way, to learn how to do all the hard drive data recovery stuff in his own time. I could, you know, I could reward you for that and have you take on a bigger role at the company, or I can say, you know what, fuck you, I'm leaving, and yeah, good luck finding another job. Bye. And there's several people here that have been here for many years, and I'd be leaving them all behind. And it's not like you're leaving family behind. It's not the same thing as leaving family. Because your family, you know, if you move away and your dad or whatever doesn't see you as often, that's different than if you move away and all of your employees now have no place to work. You got to think about the people that are around you as well. I don't want to just leave them all behind. Now, granted, we could potentially have a discussion at some point that says, listen, I hate the city. It's an absolute shithole. Would you want to move elsewhere? But then the problem is, if we move elsewhere and I take all these people and I don't need them anymore because I have no business in these new locations where it's going to take me years and years and years to develop a reputation in that specific area, well, that's a lot of money that I'm not going to be able to pay them, and they will have moved for nothing. So that can end very, very badly. And do I want to live in an area that I'm not the biggest fan of, but, you know, still be able to keep my conscience? Or do I want to live someplace that's maybe a slightly nicer area, but have to live knowing that I fucked up the lives of over a dozen people? Okay, I'm looking for my screw bag. And I don't mean my side hoe, I mean my actual bag of screws. There we go. I'm looking for that stupid screw grommet. Where the F did you go? Here's screw grommet. Oh, man. Damn. Can't... Did that screw grommet break into pieces or something? Where the hell did you go? Oh, yeah, you're not magnetic, so you wouldn't have stuck to the damn magnet. That's lame. You played me, screw grommet. You find that listing ranges, people inherently only hear the lowest price. Yes, most of the time that's how it works. You should just concentrate on the current move, forget about leaving the city for now. Yes, I have to make sure that this goes well. Really, you're gonna make me take a grommet from a donor board? Okay. That's what we gotta do. That's what I'll do. We're gonna take that grommet from a donor. Wait till Apple offers you $1 billion to shut you down. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Okay, screw grommet. Here we go. We took the Now you can see, here's why long screw damage is bad, by the way. So when you put, this is the screw grommet, and it doesn't go through the board. Like, the screw is not going to go through the board. It screws into this grommet. So if you put the long screw, it doesn't go through the board, it just scratches the board. So see this over here? See where there's that scratched up shit in there? Now over here you may not have actually gotten at anything that's really important. But what screws people up is when they put the long screw in the short hole and it goes through lots of traces on the board that are actually important. It's a donor for an ISL 6259 and it's a donor for a screw hole, Piernov. Can I trust the screw hole off of a randomly turns off board? Will you give me that? Can I trust that the screw hole on the board is okay? To repair other electronics. Not out of here. Okay, the screw hole is back in the board. That would trigger me knowing that that's not there. That would actually bother me knowing that that was not there. Piernov, you can have it. If Apple offered you a high-paid job, would you accept? Depends what I'm doing. Am I working on their repair department and figuring out ways to make repair cost-effective for the company while they also help the customer? Sure. Am I getting a job at Apple as a PR person? No. Like, what am I doing? It depends on what I'm doing. Am I getting paid $1 million to do nothing, but I have to show up and sit there all day and sign an NDA? Oh, fuck no. I just found the damn screw grommet right after I stole it off a donor. Damn it. Go figure. Board design? Are you kidding? You need a brain for that one. You must think I'm much smarter than I actually am. The last place you look. Well, the last place you look is always where you're going to find something because you're going to stop looking once you found it. There's no reason to continue looking after you found something. Therefore, you're always going to find something in the last place you look unless you're the type of psychopath that actually keeps looking for something after they found it, which I would advise against. It's a waste of your time. Will not charge or turn on. Let's see if we get a question mark folder. Show me a nice question mark folder. The burrito wasn't good with his mood. I enjoyed my burrito. My burrito made me happy. It's also the last place you left it. Oh yeah, that's when people go, I say, I can't find this. Where's the last place you left it? You think that I didn't look there already? You think that I'm so dumb that I didn't look there already? That's offensive. So, that's what we needed here, was a replacement of the ISL 6259. let's take a look at a schematic for an 820-3787 MacBook board and see if we can figure out, show you what my thought process was. So the machine was taking 24 milliamps. However, it was producing a green light. Remember, the first thing we usually look for when it's not powering on is we look through the list of power rails. And over here on this schematic, the power rails are going to be around page 65 of the schematic. On this one, just to be unique and special, they're on page 81, because putting the most important part of the schematic on a different page every time is just part of Apple. Now, PB3V42_G3 hot is going to be required in order to get a green light in the charger, but we had a green light in the charger, so that was already good. So we go up to the rest of the G3 hot rails, like PB G3 hot. We measured that rail, and it says over here it's supposed to be 12.8. We're getting 3.7. That's a considerable difference. So we decided to check out the chip that creates PB G3 hot and see what was going on with that. If we take a look at the chip that's responsible for creating PB G3 hot, you'll see that we find ourselves U7100. If we take a look at U7100 battery charger, you'll note that even though Apple stopped using the ISL 6258 in 2010, they continue, actually 2009, they stopped using the chip in 2009, they continued to include it in the schematic up until 2014. Very pathetic. Whoever writes this thing just smash their head with a Nerf dart. So over here, you'll see that U7100 is going to not be an ISL 6258, it's going to be an ISL 6259. Depending on what part of the document you look at, it's a different chip. And it's the independent repair people that are incompetent. Now, isn't it? But I'm not salty. So if you take a look over here, this is the chip that outputs that. So I check the current sensing circuit. For any of you who want to know what current sensing is, I'd highly suggest you check out my videos on what is current sensing and what is it for. That's why I was checking the resistance between pins 27 and 28 over here, as well as checking the resistance between pins 17 and 18. TLDR, it's going to check the voltage on the top and the bottom of this resistor that is in the stream of current flowing into the system. It's going to see what the voltage difference is, and it's going to use that to tell how much current the system is using. Everything looked fine. Everything looked good. No corrosion, no nothing. Voltage was going in, voltage wasn't going out. So I replaced the chip, and now it works. I used the chip from store.rossmangroup.com because why would I use a chip that came from anywhere else than lovely store.rossmangroup.com, our one and loyal sponsor over the years, even after being deemed harmful and dangerous content. Round of applause for store.rossmangroup.com for not pulling their advertising during this turbulent time. And now we get a question mark. Green light, everything works. Beautiful. Even put back the screw hole that somebody broke. Now we have a nice, beautiful working MacBook. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Cut. I just want to update you because you wish me luck on my date. Long story short, she stopped replying to me after the date. She thought I acted weird. Fuck her. Who cares? Find the next one. And figure out how to ask out women that don't find you weird in a bad way. Because there was this one woman I was dating last year who actually found me incredibly weird, but I just didn't care. She actually was a cheerleader in high school. So I used to joke and say, "You're being a cheerleader." Anytime she would say, "That's weird," or "What? I never heard of that," I just go, "You're being a cheerleader. Just stop. It's embarrassing." It's not about the fact that I may have said something that is strange to you. It's about the fact that it's not about me being weird. It's about you being boring. And she actually found this genuinely interesting. And she'd bring things up, or she'd be curious what my thought about something was. And I wouldn't care. Even if I was, I had met someone that she knows, or I was on speakerphone around people that she knew. I didn't care. My life has way too many things going on with it to care what someone as basic as you thinks of me. And I wound up eventually breaking up with her, saying, I don't see a long-term, not even breaking up, we're just dating, not going in a proper relationship. And I wound up saying, I just find you to be, the conversations I have don't lead me to believe that you're the person that's going to be the mother of my kids. And I'm 30 years old now. It's just, that's pretty much what I'm dating for. I'm not dating for boring stuff. And say, well, what about it? It's just, the conversations that I have, they're just not very interesting. And then I wound up distilling it down to She was always quoting Beyonce songs or lyrics from Beyonce songs, and I just said, "There's the world is too complicated to be summed up into a Beyonce song. You see the world with the philosophical lens of a Beyonce song, and that's not interesting to me." And she said, "Did you just call me basic?" And I said, "I didn't say that, but if that's the way you see it." Craziest shit in the world. She actually showed up to my work after I broke up with her. I broke up with her as she was heading to work, because she works at a place that I don't work at, but I utilize the services of it. So we were like, she was leaving as I was coming in, and like I just didn't want to save it anymore because it was just too aggravating. Like I don't want to schedule a breakup, so it's just I don't want to see anymore. And then she winds up showing up at work, like knocking on my window while I'm busy with customers, and it's like, really? And we get lunch and we have this discussion for 45 minutes. But the thing is, this woman thought that I was strange, weird. And the funny thing is that if you just don't care, yep, I'm weird. So what? I'm not weird. Maybe I'm weird. But you know what I do know? You're boring. How about we work on the fact that you're boring rather than me being weird? She was really sad. She didn't want to let the conversation go. And I almost think that she was more aggravated by the fact that someone she perceived to be beneath her was breaking up with her rather than the other way around than she actually... I don't think she actually liked me as a human being. She said she was growing to like me, but I don't think that's what it was. I think it just took her cheerleader mind by surprise that I actually found her too boring to deal with. She also called BlackBerry Bitchberry, and that really had most to do with it. I was aware that she was kind of boring before, but she... Like, if BlackBerry does this to you, then you can call her Bitchberry, but not otherwise. This lady I was dating last year. And then she wound up posting this thing on Instagram, and it said something along the lines of, what was it? Like, some men just can't handle, and empowered women that know what they want, and this, that, and the others. It's like, nope. You're boring. You're boring. Can't have a discussion with you about what's going on in the world. Can't talk to you about business. Can't talk to you about world events. Can't talk to you about finance. Can't talk to you about technology. You are boring. I don't give a fuck if you think you're empowered or not. But like, that was so funny. That was so funny. And she wound up telling the people that she knows that I was intimidated by her, and I figured this out because, oh, this is so funny. Because we were in a... They were looking at me kind of funny, and they're like, huh, he doesn't seem intimidated. And they said, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. I haven't seen you around here. And then they told me that that was the case, and I tried my best to not just, like, start fucking laughing. Was this... Wait, the cat pushed the woman off the bed? How? Yeah, this is the woman that BlackBerry was trying to push off the bed, and she tried. Like, BlackBerry tried. BlackBerry was going her, like... But BlackBerry is a 9-pound kitten, and this woman weighed a lot more than 9 pounds. Yeah, the only Beyonce song that I like is Me, Myself, and I, and it's not because of Beyonce, it's because I like Scott Storch before he let the cocaine get the better of him. Who am I kidding? Scott Storch was letting the cocaine get the better of him in 2004, but it wasn't the worst part of his career. Scott Storch actually had a really interesting career. In the beginning, he made a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, and I also remember in the beginning, like when somebody I knew said, oh yeah, this person has a crush on you. She goes, what? Like, he's short and I'm fit and him? Ugh, it's really? Really? And there was this one person that was standing within earshot that I was not aware of at the time. I wasn't aware of this at all. And who was actually a really big fan of the channel. And he's like, I can't believe you just said that about him. And then the other two people that were in the room along with, who I also did not know knew who I was, were fans of the channel, and they just all walked out at the same time. I wish I could have been there for this. This is the way the story was told to me. Because they told her that I had a crush on this girl. And she's like, what? Really? Him? Like, go out with him? He's like, he's like short, and I'm fit, and he does that, and I do this. And it's like, no. It was very interesting. This pure... Oh, man. And it was very interesting that the three people that I did not know... Okay, one of those people I knew who I was from the channel. The other two didn't. It was very interesting to still hear that those three people all walked out of the room at the same time and just ghosted her for saying that. And I thought that was interesting. It seems like... I don't even think it was because they knew who I was from YouTube. I think there's just this change in culture to where if you're like if you're a 5'7" woman and you're shitting hardcore on me for being 5'6", that you maybe and you're in a room with like 2 out of 3 other men that are 5'6", they're just gonna say fuck you, and I think that's interesting. Okay, I'm just rambling at this point. This has nothing to do with you. Point being, I stopped seeing her and I started seeing someone that loves and cares about me for who I am, who is interesting, who is engaging, who does care about me, and who sees life as more than a Beyonce song. You dodged a fucking bullet. Be very, very happy that you dodged a bullet. And don't feel bad that other people think that you're weird. Fuck them. They're probably boring. They're probably incredibly boring. You know, it's not your problem. Now, if you were not being yourself, that's a type of weird that's unacceptable. So if you were worrying, oh crap, what do I do to make this girl like me? What do I do to make this girl like me? Oh no, I don't know what to do to make this. Oh, did I say the right thing there? That's the only type of weird that is fundamentally unacceptable. That type of shit. You have to, you know, when you're going into these situations, one of the things that helps me is not really being aware of, or I shouldn't say not being aware, not caring what the outcome is. Like when I have a conversation with somebody, I'll have. One second, I have to leave a note for this ticket, and I forgot the number of it already. One moment. 2970L15. 293. Slot L15. What was I saying? Yeah, the only type of weird that you have to be concerned with is if you're not being genuine because you're trying to manipulate the outcome. You have to understand that you can't manipulate the outcome. You can't control the outcome. So if I have a conversation, let's say I have a conversation with a contractor. Like I've had 3 different conversations. One was very polite, one was polite but firm, one was considerably less than polite to the point that I don't really feel comfortable sharing it on YouTube. But the thing is, when I got to the last one, I have to essentially believe that if the world is a decent place, that if I tell the truth, that whatever occurs is going to be what essentially should have occurred, or the best, not what should have occurred, the best possible thing. So if you're on a date, and you talk about what interests you, you talk about what bores you, you ask questions, and you're like, oh crap, I don't think she's responding well, or oh, I don't think that oh no, I don't think she's going to find that cool enough, or oh no, I think she finds that boring, or oh no, I think I may have upset her with this, or oh no, there's silence. That sucks. Now, you may be on a date and figure out that after you discuss the things you want to discuss, that there's nothing else to talk about and that sucks, but don't manipulate the outcome. Don't try to make something fun that's not fun. The best thing that could happen in that instance is that you go home, play some video games, and forget. Or maybe that the best thing that could happen is that they say, like if I say something that I need to walk a tightrope between my, saying what YouTube people think I should tell my contractor, what I want to tell my contractor, and being too paranoid they're going to walk off the job. But at some point, I have to believe that if I tell the truth and they walk off the job, that's what was meant to happen. That's the best possible outcome that could have happened. Is you walk off, okay, you were meant to walk off the job. I was supposed to find somebody else. I was supposed to steal your employees. Maybe start a competing Rossman Contracting. I already got the number of 2 of his employees. When the contractor didn't want me getting the personal contact info of his employees, but oh well. I'm rambling. It's time for me to get the fuck out of here and go home. I'm talking way too much. The issue is that looks cannot hide a crappy personality. It really can't. It really can't. Especially if you call my cat Bitchberry. That's not happening. BlackBerry makes for a person to avoid detector. She really is. BlackBerry loves Erica, but she couldn't stand that other woman. Then again, she is evil. Okay. I'm gonna be done streaming. I got a video to edit, the earlier one from today, and some other stuff to upload. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being a part of what it is we do here. I see we have 664 people watching. That is more than usual. I'm quite excited by that. Thank you. I'll see you all in the next video. And Kopaz is soldering without using the fume extractor. Where's the BB gun?
Well,
Where's
anything yet.
the BB gun? Where's the BB gun?